Once upon a time, beneath the Adriatic Sea, lived the family of Triton. All his 6 beautiful daughters were mermaids. The first 5 were happy to live in the sea, whereas the youngest wanted to know the human world. She shared her dream with her trusted friends, Flounder, a puffer fish, and Sebastian, a red crab. The mermaid, whose name was Ariel, spent the days with her friends whirling in the sea, making flips and going down until the depths. Swimming among the waves, Ariel and her friends met strange fishes, never seen before, and the more they met these fishes, the worse the idea they got about human world. One day, they met Octopet, a beautiful example of octopus, who had strange things with different shapes and colors attached to his tentacles. He had been called so by Dr. Aya, who was the old wise of the sea and the only one who could read the human language, since she used to live in an aquarium before someone had her thrown back into the sea. As she got closer to the octopus, Dr. Aya read the word PET, P-E-T, written on these strange things. She realized they were plastic bottles, and since the octopus could not get rid of them, she proposed at the sea registry to change his name in Octopet. He complained much because of this new condition, because the bottles prevented him from sticking around rocks and grasping prey. "If it's any consolation," said Flounder, depressed, to his friend, "we have met other fishes that are in a worse condition than yours." He referred to wooden shrimp and uranium lightfish. Ariel, Flounder, and Sebastian met them at the Splash Medical Center, the Adriatic Sea Hospital. They went to Dr. Nemo to check some complaints, and after some X-ray tests, he discovered that shrimp had swallowed a little cork, now stuck in the end of shrimp's tail. Since then, everyone started to call him Wooden Shrimp, in honor to another character beloved by kids. Lightfish's situation was even worse. Blood tests revealed that the presence of uranium, a very dangerous substance, was very light, but also indicated that he had swallowed another toxic substance, mercury. Dr. Nemo uttered, "Sir, the uranium is light, but you are full of mercury." So everyone started to call him Uranium Lightfish. One day, while they were going to Water Ice for an ice cream, Ariel and her friends met canned tuna and window sardine. They were showing off as Hollywood stars, while everyone stared at them astonished. Sebastian got closer to them. "Good morning, tuna and sardine. You look so beautiful with those special fins. Where have you taken them?" "My dear, these are not fins as it may seem," said Sardine. "These are accessories designed by Alexander McQueen parrotfish and are the ultimate trend." "Okay, sorry for my ignorance," said Sebastian, apologizing. "They are so vain," he said to Ariel, "that they haven't realized that those accessories are human wastes thrown into the sea." One day, in fact, Tuna got his head struck accidentally into a can that once contained one of his peers. Since that day, he wore it as a hula hoop. Sardine, on the other hand, ran into several glass pieces of a broken bottle and made a necklace out of them. Ariel didn't know what waste mean, but she was too shy to ask Sebastian, so she kept some questions for herself. Not so good was also the condition of another little fish, Stu Sir Mullet. One day, Ariel and her friends found her hidden in a garden of algae. The poor Sir Mullet, after she got entangled in leaves and fruit skins thrown from a cruise ship, felt ashamed of showing herself and lied there disguised. However, she could not live like that. Ariel and her friends decided to help her, removing the fruit skin that had twisted around her like a web. While they were helping her, they heard complaints from the bottom of the sea. Here, lying, there was soul on paper, a beautiful soul that was trying to hide in order to escape from enemies because of a shiny adhesive paper stuck on her back, increasing the risk of an attack. "Help me too," she asked Ariel and her friends who were busy with Sir Mullet. It was very difficult to help them recover the original aspect. Ariel was always more upset by this human behavior. On the one hand, she was curious, but on the other hand, she was disgusted because she was aware that the harm this behavior was causing to the sea and to her friends. On a sunny day, while she was playing with her sisters, diving from the rocks of a little island, Ariel saw a ship while doing strange things. Instead of fishing, the mermaids knew the fishing ships and avoided them. The ship was throwing claws in the sea, similar to those of an octopus, to recover strange objects which had nothing to do with the sea. "There must be the waste Sebastian was talking about," she thought. Ariel got closer to the ship and saw a handsome boy. He was giving orders about what to do and how, and every time a poor fish got trapped in the nets, he freed and threw it in the sea. Ariel fell in love with him immediately and wished to see him again. Then her 16th birthday came. For this special event, each of her sisters had chosen to make a journey to a place forbidden by Triton until then. Ariel chose to go on the earth because she wanted to see the boy again. Her father, angry for this, said, "No, and again, no. In order to go on the earth, you must become human, and that's impossible." Ariel was crying continuously until one of her sisters told her about a witch who lived in the depths of the sea and who could have helped her. Ariel had to meet her. So, equipped with all her courage, she went through dangerous zones, polluted with stinky substances. The porcelain ocean, the fridge sea, the oil river, the wood lake, and the iron lake. Before reaching the witch, she had to pass through the black oil mussels that fed on the substance flowing in the oil river. "I can turn your tail into legs," the witch said, "but in exchange, you will have to bring me all the wastes you find on earth so that I can continue to live here in peace. If you fail in this, your tail will reappear and you will lose your young man forever. Do you accept this?" "I do," Ariel said, not really understanding the meaning of the witch's words. "Now," the witch went on, "take this magic potion. When you get near the beach, drink it and you'll turn into a human." Ariel took the potion and swam towards the shore. As she approached the beach, she drank the potion and fell into a deep sleep. She awoke next morning in a place never seen before. A little scared, she was looking for her boy, but how could she find him? She tried to follow the path of those strange things that Sebastian called waste. There was a lot of it, but much was collected in specific containers with different colors. Then she followed a vehicle that was emptying these containers and arrived in a very big place, like a city in the city. Stuff was gathered according to different types, and each type was carried to different buildings. While she was staring speechless at this new world, someone asked her, "Are you looking for something? May I help you?" She turned, and it was him, the handsome boy. Ariel was astonished. Then she pulled herself together and asked, "What are all these strange things?" Waste. It is the refuse of human activity. Waste is much and must be disposed in a differentiated way in order to recycle. In this place, we gather waste of all kinds. Then it is carried in specific factories in order to be processed. The materials processed are plastic, glass, aluminium, wood, paper, organic, and there is a specific factory for each one of them. Ariel didn't have a clue. She bore up again and asked, "I saw many things in the sea, and I think to have seen while you were collecting them." "Have you?" the boy said. "It is a voluntary work. Many people care about waste on the land, but take no consideration about the waste in the sea. I saw waste even along the streets." "Yeah, not everyone is good and conscientious. Many kids and adults throw their waste on the ground rather than using the trash can." "Do you know them?" "Not very well," tried to say Ariel in excuse. "Come, I'll show you." So the boy showed Ariel the trash cans for recycling. The yellow one is for plastic stuff, bottle, jars, and others. Ariel saw again the mark PET. She thought that the bottles attached to Octopet should have been thrown there. The green one is for glass, a silicone-made material with ancient origins. It was the same material of Window Sardin's necklace. Unbelievable. "Here is for the paper," he said, pointing at a white trash can, a material derived from trees. "And since a tree is very valuable, we should recycle paper more than anything." Ariel started to realize what was happening in the sea, where men throw what should be treated in other way. Suddenly, she remembered the sad story of Soul on paper. "This one is for the collection of aluminium, a very useful material to can food like beans, veggies, meat, and fish." Incredible, Ariel thought. Canned tuna treats its tomb as a toy. "This is the trash can of organic," he said, pointing at a brown case. "That is the result of the waste of our nutrition. If processed correctly, these materials produce compost, a natural fertilizer used for our soil." It was clear now what was the materials in which Stew Surmullet was stuck. "What is the origin of uranium and mercury?" Ariel asked, remembering uranium lightfish. "Good question," the boy said. "They are substances that are toxic for everyone, men, animals, and fishes. They are the result of industrial activities, batteries, and electronic devices left around." "Now I know what to do," Ariel said. "What?" "I must get back to my country and leave here all this waste instead of bringing them to the witch." The boy didn't understand much. Ariel ran towards the sea. Suddenly, she lost her beautiful legs. She turned to be a mermaid again and lost her love. However, she saved the sea.